Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Summa Rahim here, Messer to cut it, breaking 7 seals. Apparently I'm still having some difficulties with my system. I had to redo it again today. So, whole new system all over again, remodeling, reconstruction. So, just partially a test. So I'm going to keep it brief. I'm going to talk about a couple of things, brothers and sisters. And again, fear. You may not understand it, but America's in fear. And it's not so much public now, but the public's starting to feel it. And you see, the nations are not afraid of America anymore. Why is that? Iran's telling pretty much Trump to go take a hike. He's putting Trump against the wall. Houthis, they attacking. False Israel's in trouble. It's getting hotter and hotter and hotter by the day, by the hour. It's just a matter of time, bro. It's just a short period of time, and it will be boiling. And this fear, it's overwhelming. It's no way I can explain to you other than you have to experience it, because no one's ever experienced this level of fear before that's coming. It says the fear itself, just the idea of what's about to happen, right? That in itself is going to cause, is going to result in a heart failure. Make a cup of change here, bro. So still has some. Wow, that's okay. It's not working too well. Okay, how are we going to do this? Okay. Nope. Not working too well. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a problem. I see that right now. Okay, let's see. Let's see what happens when I do this. Wow. Oh boy. Unbounce this. I got to see what I can do here. No, it's not going to work. So I got some tweets I got to work out here, bro. So bear with me. No, that's not it there. Oh, I can't. Didn't have this problem before. Oh, there you go. That's it. Got it. Okay, good. Okay, bro, since I figured it out. Okay. Again. So you have to experience it, but no, experience these scars. Oh, is it doing it again? Hold on, sisters, let me check it again. What's this? Hold on. Oh. Oh boy. This might not work, brothers and sisters. Get no response here. Oh, don't want that. Okay. Let's see if this works. Okay, let's move on and see what happens. Great fear again, brothers and sisters. So let's move on. I'm having little quirks here, so bear with me. Whole new system. And right now, they're calling this their Messiah, Trump. He's leading them to destruction. When you say pride comes before a fall, Holy Spirit before destruction, he's got both. They're talking about him, but like I said, when they say those things, they're not just talking. And when you understand, put it in perspective, they're telling you. They're telling you what's happening right now from different perspectives. So they say pride before a fall and Holy Spirit before destruction. They're telling the Spirit, right, that's leading to destruction. And we see that's embodied in this person right here. Anyway, I'm not get that, bro. I'm gonna get to that another time. But America has no power right now. And they're bluffing, and people are calling their bluff. Iran is calling their bluff, so go ahead, attack us. Go ahead, try it. You didn't see us before. All of a sudden, everybody's calling their bluff. Canada's calling their bluff. Greenland's calling their bluff. Right? Europe's calling their bluff. Everybody's calling their bluff. Nobody's backing down. What's America going to do? See what I'm saying? Why? See? The counterfeit don't have any power anymore. And so now they gotta, like the bully, well man, I gotta get back in. You know, it's like, you take I always use that analogy about Iron Mike Tyson, right? So he was a bully. He was never a good fighter. I used to tell people, oh man, you know, tell me Iron Mike, he tough. I said, no man, just watch the fights. He's not winning those fights. The people are afraid to fight him. They're afraid to fight him. He's running behind and knock him out. And then Buster Douglas came along and he wasn't afraid. He was too stupid to be afraid. That worked for him. His stupidity worked in his favor because he didn't buy the hype. He was too stupid. He said and he was a third-rate fighter. He wasn't even supposed to be fighting. Third-rate fighter. He said, let's put him in here. Tyson knock him out easy, right, and make a little extra money. Tyson didn't even train for it. He got in there, Buster knocked his ass out. And Tyson hasn't won a fight since then because he couldn't. And what did he do? He tried to install fear again. So he got against Holyfield, Evander Holyfield, and he tried to spirit. So he bit the man's ear off. Tried to put fear back in people. And it didn't work. He bit his man's ear off because he trying to build that fear again because he didn't have any power. He just said it was the fear, right, of what he. Mike Tyson. It was just bluff. And when nobody was buying anymore, he hasn't won a fight since then. Not one. Not even close. Because he never was a good fighter to begin with. It was the mystique. That's what America has going. Now, America didn't have power. The last 5 years, God has had power. But that power's gone now. And now they're trying to live off of the past. Oh, man, see what we No, and nobody's buying it now. So now he got Evander Holyfield, what his name was. He got to do something dramatic. Bites my ear off. See, because he lost Afghanistan. How you losing Afghanistan? How you losing all these different places? So now he's got to bite somebody's ear off to put some fear. And that's what. Because he can't even defeat Yemen. And Yemen is like they are. I mean, they're a fourth-rate country. And they divide over there, and they have very little manufacturing, and they don't have any Air Force or Navy, anything, and they can't defeat them, and they're kicking. So then they got to do a Levant that got to bite somebody's ear off, put terror back in their minds, and nobody's buying it. See, let's move on, brothers and sisters. So whatever you can make with that analogy. And this is, I try to give you an idea. Their time is over. It said every nation has a term. See, those clowns on Sunday, they're so stupid. They tell you, oh, well, if America repent, right, America get extension. And right after they tell you, every nation has a term, and they can't go beyond it. I mean, they're totally ignorant over there. First they tell you, everything has term, and they say, well, America, they repent and get extension. Right? They tell you that. Well, America was extended 60 years, right? Because well, you can't be both. They say you can't go past. And they said America time was up in 1914, right? And they try to say that's what Master Muhammad said and all that kind of stuff. Well, it wasn't quite that way, right? They don't understand the lessons. But the point is that if they have turned, they should be going already. So you said they can't go beyond. You said it's impossible, but yet still America go beyond. And if they pit, they got. What is it? Let's move on. But see, the thing is, when you understand the season, and you're going to understand some in a minute. But the point is, you're going to learn it from experience, and experience leaves scars. Experience leaves scars. See, if you learn from other people's experience, then okay, you come through nice, clean, man, no marks, no scars. But if you haven't learned from experience, you're going to get some scars. You're going to get burns, get scars. You're going to scars in your ass, scars in your head, bumps, knots. See, make it lose an eye or something. Oh, but you know now, yeah, but you have to learn from experience. And that's the Levites, they have to learn from experience. Because they got all kinds of ways. I mean, like they said, nobody ever got as much warning and help as Levites did. They got the God came. They got a messenger, one of the greatest messengers of all times, right? And they got the messenger of the covenant comes who break the seals, and he gets it got off for him. And they don't, but they fall for Farrakhan, who's clearly an enemy. Clearly, just bullshit. And then the message of the covenant comes along, right? He come with clear, and then you got people. Somebody you lie to him. That's the last thing you want to do: lie to the message of the covenant, because you just destroyed yourself, right? Especially if you say you have knowledge of the angel. That's a bad thing to do. I keep telling people that's why one reason why Messenger come to push people away. He's really doing it for their benefit. Keep them from destroying themselves. Because they don't understand once that lamb turns into a lion. Like I said, if some people have to learn from experience. Right? Let's move on, brothers and sisters. Okay. Let's see, it's talking about this fear. Men's hearts fail them for fear of those things, looking after those things that's coming on the earth. If you understand angel key, even if you don't understand angel key, it says their hearts are failing. This is strokes, seizures, everything happening just in anticipation of what's coming. Just in anticipation. So what will they do when it comes? This is going to be epidemic. That means what are they going to be with a heart failure? They're going to be flying a plane? This is something that happens suddenly. You all of a sudden, man, you get a stroke, you get a seizure suddenly. What do you do? Drive the bus, right? You're driving down the highway. You got somebody in your car, right? Or you lose control and then you hit someone else. Maybe you're driving a big Mack truck. You get some idea, and that's just an anticipation of what's about to happen. It says a time of unprecedented trouble. Anyway, let's move on, brothers and sisters. And so I'm just showing you, if you go, that's all over the social media. And most of it is totally fear. What you doing, America? These people are in fear. You're getting ready to destroy. People are saying you're about to destroy the country. You're going to cause nuclear war. See, the fear is all over the social media. And the fear that's over social media is not this fear yet. Look back here. Look at those things coming upon the earth for the powers. In other words, they haven't got to the heart failure yet. And they're in fear. What's the heart failure? The powers haven't been shaken. See, fear is when you start losing power. So they tell you. So they're losing. So who's losing power? America's losing power in the Middle East. They're losing that war. This happened during the wars going on. If you read Exodus, while the war is going on, they're losing it. Because everybody think, oh man, they're supposed to step in the ring, start knocking everybody, and all of a sudden, they're up against the ropes. And hey man, America's Iran got America up against the ropes. That's not supposed to be happening. So they feel right now. So they're starting to feel the fear right now. Pretty soon it's going to be strokes, heart failure, seizures. Like I said, brothers and sisters, Trump cannot stop it. This is a universal thing that's happening. Universe is not, they talk about global warming. No, that's not because it may have some effect on it because of the cars and all that kind of stuff they're saying, but no, the planet is heating up. If you understand, the universe is contracting now. That means all the energy out there is coming back. That means the earth is heating up. That means the pressure, right, is producing, the earth's going to produce more. It's going to create more pressure on everybody's more energized. So people that was oppressed before are now standing up. See, in other words, you're weak, say you're weak and everything, oppression, all of a sudden now you get more energy. Then you're going to start fighting back. That's going to put pressure on the oppressor. The oppressor had control for 500 years, Gog and Magog, and now you've been energized. And so now you're fighting back. So that means you're putting pressure on the oppressor. Because he can't oppress you. He loses control of you. Because it's harder for him to oppress you now because you stand up. You get more strength. You get more energized. You see, China just keeps standing up. Remember, China was oppressed by America and Britain. We were oppressed by America and Britain. Africa was oppressed by America and Britain. Everybody was oppressed by them, and now they're standing up. So that means the oppressor is losing control, and they're pushing back on him. So now he's starting to feel the pressure, and can he withstand it? Can he withstand that? Because they put pressure on him. So he has to either transform. The pressure is causing him to transform either positive transformation or negative transformation. If it's a positive, he's transformed to something better, become more powerful, or negative, he can't. He can't. He can't. So transform. He can't transform positive. He transforms negative. He gets crushed, and that's what it says. That stone will crush. It will break and crush. So now everybody's putting pressure on America now. Because America and Britain was oppressing everybody for 500 years, and now because the universe is contracting, and every 50 years it gets another energy wave. It's momentous in heaven and earth, but it comes but of a sudden. You understand? So now you see That's what you see happening. We're going to talk about that a little bit. Let me check here out. Check my sound. I got a whole new system process. I don't like it, but that's what I got. I have to deal with it. It will break and encrypt. Okay, his sound's working. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. Let's see. Can they withstand? No, they can't withstand it. And the only one that can withstand the pressures is the original nation, because they were prepared for it. They were the Holocaust, which transformed them from tin, if you will, to steel. Everybody else is walking around porcelain, aluminum, and everything else. It's not going to work. They're not going to withstand the pressures. That's coming. It's golden calf. I'm not going to talk about that right now, brothers and sisters. That gets down to Farrakhan and the demons. I want to talk about something else here. Like I said, experience leaves scars. And let's see here. Unfortunately, all Levites, they have to learn from experience. They have to go through tribulation. They couldn't learn from others. Abrahamic came and talked to him. 6,000 of them, but that was it. Elijah came and talked to him. With maybe 1 million, whatever. And tried to get him going. Right? Prepare him to get out of here. Prepare him for the message of coming who would take him out of here. He had the tickets. He had tickets to take him out of here. Lamb's Book of Life. And they rejected. 30 years. He drove 35 years. They're supposed to be seeking him. He was here. So now they got to go to tribulation. Because they fell for Farrakhan. So he had to clean them up and prepare them to go to tribulation. They got to learn from experience. Experience leaves marks, leaves scars. Let's talk about the mind. See. Well, first, let me show this. See, this is complicated. But I'm going to give you an overview, so don't come back at them. Hey, man, yeah, I'm going to give you the overview. Let's see, we talk about the Abrahamic covenant, but very few people ever talk about this part. Right? Lift his eyes, and it was well, okay. Okay, I talked about it yesterday, so here's another part of it where it tells you that you're going to inherit the land over there, not here. See, it's Farrakhan's job to take that vision from you, and he's already incapacitated. He's not going to die right away until the war starts. He's kicked, he's thrown down. He's got to be allowed to be cast down. He will be destroyed, right? But his job, he's a demon. His father's a devil. I mean, that should be right there. Should be enough right there. And it's not conspiracy theory, because you can go right to his side where he says his father his father's father is white Portuguese Jews. That make him one. He said he loved that Jewish music when he was growing up. His father's parents are white Portuguese Jews, and they got a picture of his father's name, Percival Clark. You can look it up. It says, if you look at Farrakhan and see ask his father, Google it. It says his father's name is Percival Clark, and you look at Percival Clark and it shows you a picture of him. He's a devil who raped his mama. So his father, not only a devil, he's a rapist. And it was so bad, his mother tried to abort him. He admits it. His mother tried to abort him 3 times. Because she was raped by a devil. And she didn't want that baby. That devil baby. She didn't want it. And she was unsuccessful. Louis Eugene Grounds, NOI backwards. Legion. He missed this. This is not a conspiracy theory. So how in the hell If you understand the lessons you have to recite, that you fall for that clown, that demon. How did you do? How did it happen? And I'm gonna show you what happened because you didn't use because you didn't. He wasn't a believer to begin with. Most of you, because of energy mismanagement. See? So he's on a job. He's gonna be out of it. I told you months ago that he was incapacitated, and you heard from him since. They try to say, "Oh no, I told you before." I said it was breaking news before anybody told you anything. For anybody admitted it, for it was public notice. I said Farrakhan is incapacitated, right? See? He's incapacitated. His diagnosis with Alzheimer's. Beginning stage of Alzheimer's, right? So he's incapacitated. I said he's going to be out as soon, right, as having been a government agent, because the devils don't need you no more than they out you. That he's been a government agent all the time. He's there to keep confuse you, to keep divided. He got that government FBI thing right on his site. What they said their plan was what to do, and Elijah was absent, and he gave every point. Don't call devils no more. Stop the economic program. Stop talking about going back to the Middle East. He gave him all of it. Going to figure about economic development, just personal, whatever they call it, right? It was Scientology. He gave him all of it. He's under their control, right? And if he looks like he might step out, they fix his ass. They gave him, disemboweled his ass. His own friends did it to him. They tried to set me up for it recently too. they had me going, "Hey man, you need to have a biopsy." I said, "Man, that sounds the same thing for Farrakhan." Yeah. Well, I said, "I got cancer." No, well, we got to just see if you got cancer. I don't know. You ain't got to see a goddamn thing. The cancer doesn't run my family. You ain't got to go and check nothing. If you don't know, they don't go and be looking. We're gonna go in there and we got to put some pellets in there, and we put the pellets in there. Got to put those what they call radiation pellets, and to make sure it kills it. Yeah, that's the same thing to Farrakhan. Maybe Farrakhan, maybe he had cancer, maybe he didn't, but he fell for it. But you dealing with somebody else all totally different here. I told him, right? Because you know something. If I'm the messenger of the covenant, which I am, and the angel tells me exactly what's going on, and I'm right on page, right? I'm on time, right? With what I'm doing, because everything's falling in place exactly as it's supposed to be, right? Then that's my doctor, because he says I'm good. I'm good to go. I'm good. Because if I've got all this, what you're saying, I can't make it. So right now, I feel good. Everything's working. I don't have none of the symptoms they keep telling me I post. I go, "Oh man, I don't have any symptoms." But the guy got a whole box of pills, and they get mad because I told them I'm not taking this stuff. Well, then Sean, I don't give a damn what the Sean say. I gotta live in this body. Move on, my sisters. Right? Like I said, Angel is my doctor. Angel said I'm good. See? And I'm not gonna let you burn my ass up with some of your bullshit, or I'm gonna give you. They taught me to do that colon thing when I turned 50, what 25 years ago, I guess. I went for it. Nothing wrong. Embarrassing. Shoo, boy. They come at me several times. They car accidents, weird car accidents. They trying to do it, but it hasn't worked yet. Demon Island, 3 years. They come at me and you see people are talking about little problems. They have an idea of the problems I'm going through. I don't just gonna talk about them. I'm going through a lot of stuff right now. I did all these electronic things. Good thing I got an electronic background, because I couldn't keep up with this here. I got to always figure out what they did and reverse it. Like I said, I had to redo my whole system, and then today I had to pretty much almost redo it all over again. I had to make massive changes. Right? And let's move on. So here it just tells you, but I'm going to go to the main one. I told this yesterday, but I'm going to go to the main one here. It came to pass the sun was going down, it was dark, came smoke, whatever. And it says, and the same day, the Lord made it, I'm jumping the gun here. made a covenant with Abram, and said unto him, why call? See, that's the thing is, why? Because Abraham, because we would be separated from our people. Ham. They said, and so the Bible says we're Ham, and we're the one that's cursed, and we're the one go through all this stuff they saying. See, all these little things you don't pay attention to. They don't call him Abraham here. It's called Abram. But what happened to the Ham part? Separated. See, that's what it's trying to tell you, but I know you didn't get it. Okay. So this part right. Well, let's back here for a minute. I don't like this system. I don't like this one, but it looks like it's working, right? It says same day. Lord made a covenant with Abram and said, see, it tells you exactly where the promised land is. It says, from the river of Egypt unto the great river Euphrates, that's Arabia. That's all Arabia. And the Arabs don't want that. They're against you. They don't, because that's our land. Pharaoh said, we ain't going nowhere. To be called, right there. So he called God a liar. So how can you be with that guy when this way Elijah Muhammad taught? All that stuff he's talking about Sunday, he was talking about himself. How you could do something, put somebody's name on and all this stuff. That's him. That's them. Because none of that shit they was talking about had anything to do with Elijah. It's totally against everything. It's totally against this. Matter of fact, didn't on this radio say that, oh, this is all for LGP and color don't mean nothing and we all, and that's, you read the lessons? And everybody up in here, they're guilty. That's one of the reasons why some of them go to the AAA, some of them won't even be broken, torn down before they even get there. Because you're going to ask the question, hold it. You read the lessons, right? Yeah. You had to recite them, so you can't get away from it unless I can ease that far as I know. See, so he could say, hey man, you got, I called you, came. I gave you the message, black man. I gave you lessons. I gave you all the, and so if you got deceived, because I said something else other than that, that's on you. Because I gave you the lesson that said this, that there's a devil, and I said, hate the devil, so that means, and you know what Elijah said, but you followed with me anyway, so that's your problem. See? So here it tells you. But he said, we ain't going nowhere. So hold on, let me go to, I'm going to go to, see, this, they don't talk about that part. They talk about, the part of affliction, because you were sinful, but they don't tell you about the reward part, right? So let's go here. Now this one, I never explained it before. I'm going to give you the overview of this. It's complicated. They're always complicated, brothers and sisters. But I'm going to show you, it's a point I'm trying to make here. Behold, he said, Lord God, how may I know I will possess it? See, how I know I'm going to possess this land you tell me about? So he said to him, now he gives a parable here that's very complicated. I know you want, okay, I'm going to get to it in a minute. Bring me 3-year-old heifer, wait a time, 3, and 3-year-old female goat, and 3-year-old ram, and turtle dove, and young pigeons. What the hell? Then he brought all these to him and cut them into 2 and laid each opposite the other, but he did not cut the birds, and the birds of prey came down upon the carcass, and Abraham drove them away. What the hell is that talking about? But he said, that's what he told Abraham. How you going to know that he got it? And you look at that and say, well, what the hell does that mean? See? And that comes to Angel Key. So let me get some background here. I'll keep it short, hopefully. You go to the gym. Got all different kinds of weights, right? So you go there, first of all, you're 100-pound week, so man, you have a problem with 25 pounds, man. You try to, oh man. Right? But you keep on after a while, you handle it. Then you go to 30. And you go to 40 after a while, man, you might get to 100 pounds. But you had to go to, right? And different, remember, when you got curls, you got push, you got the curls, and you got the presses, and you got all kinds of, things, machines, because you got all kinds of muscles. So you could build one type set of muscle, and you be strong in that, and then you be weak in the other ones. Like you might be able to curl 200 pounds, but you might not be able to press 50 because you ain't built those muscles. Now some muscle has impact on other muscles, so you can build this one, and it'll help build the other one, but it won't really build it directly because it's indirect, because it's trying to keep up with other muscles. right? But so you got all these different. So you see so-called bodybuilders, man. They come out and all the muscles because they had to do different different exercises. They used to go out there and run. They go out and run marathons. You don't see them with big muscles, but they had their leg muscles had to be very strong to do that because that's the muscles they exercise on. They may walk around and look like 100. They can't lift 50 pounds, 20 pounds, but they can run 30 miles because that's. So your brain is the same way. See, because you deal all kinds of situations, like if you deal with a mathematical situation, right, directly, or you deal with a social or economic, you do all these different areas. You do all these different areas, you understand what I'm saying? And your brain, that's why you have right side of the brain, and sometimes you emphasize more and communicate, use different, the same thing. Yeah, same thing with your brain, right? That's why, and the thing is, and the way you do that, you got to figure it, right? Now you can go out here and you don't have to go to the gym. You can just go out here and like, say you work for a bottle company, so man, you picking up bottles every day, right? Okay, so then you building those muscles, or you work in a warehouse and you do this. So I'm saying, so you can go out or you can go out into the gym and learn how to build all these muscles, and then when you go out there, you can deal with those situations, or you could. Deal with situations like you deal with people, you get in a fight all the time, so now you build. You see what I'm saying? You can either go there and learn how to build those muscles, or you can do it by experience. Not by experience, but by interfacing with people, interfacing out in the world, right? Going personal building, or go out here and interface with the world. And but if you build like that there, when you interface with people, so in other words, you go out there and say, for instance, you go out and you press and right? And so now you build these muscles, so you get in a wrestling person with somebody that requires, then you're going to beat them because you already built those muscles. So if you go out there and study and mathematics, and you deal with somebody on a mathematical plane and they haven't, then you're going to beat them mathematically. You see what I'm getting at here, brothers and sisters? So the thing is that the angel is a full mind workout. Full mind workout. It's like going to the gym, it's got a full machine, every muscle. It's a full mind workout. And so when you go and do, every time you figure, it's like every time you use the machine, you use a certain period of time, you build, some reps and everything else. Same thing, every time you solve one of those things, okay, your mind gets stronger in that area. And so when you get the whole thing, then you get. So therefore, when you come out in this field and you deal with people on the mental level, I know if you go out to the gym and you go out there and you build on a physical level, then you go out and out in the streets and you deal with people on the physical level, and they ain't been going. You're gonna beat them. You're gonna beat them because you've been developing yourself physically, and they haven't. You're gonna beat them. You get in a fight or wrestle, whatever. You're gonna beat them because you develop yourself physically in the gym, and now you deal with people on physical level, and same thing there. And I try to explain to you that the angel, we're talking about seasons. So you need a mind for this new season coming in, and the angel gives you that, but you go in and you get. So in other words, you have a real powerful mind. Depends on how much you worked out. Now, do you get a full body? You get a full mind workout, or you just develop this muscle, or you develop that muscle, or you get a full one, right? For that for the new minds coming in, new reality, because actually you bring in a reality. See, spring comes in, but the point is you got to give it quality. I keep talking about quality, quantity. Spring coming in, it's going to destroy the winter, but you got to get the quality of the spring. That comes from your mind. So you can just let spring come in, just lay around on the beach. You understand the quality of it. We determine the quality. The earth is heating up, but we determine the quality of what form that takes. So you go in there and you get a full mind workout, because angel, once you master it, right? Then man, you're like the guy that goes to the gym. He's mastered all the machine. Man, now he look like the Hulk. Every muscle is man. You saw those pictures, right? See, that's on the physical plane. But you have the same thing going on the mental plane. And the angel is what gives that to you. So therefore, you come out, man, and and how you know? Because you don't see the guy. You see it physically, but on the mental plane, right? You can say it's like say you could say you was blind, but this guy, man, hey man, this guy he lifting 200 pounds. And, he's got to have a lot of muscle to do that. Right? So with angel, you get the angel mind. And so you're going to defeat anybody that doesn't have it. You defeat anybody that's not going to the gym. And the more you do it, the greater. I told you, the mental war. And that's your weapon. That's why nobody's been able to defeat me so far, because the point has got the angel mind. And if you got the angel mind, according to the angel, you got the most powerful. You got the Hulk brain. You got the most powerful brain on the planet. And no one can defeat you because they can't even. Some people can't even go to the gym. Remember, they couldn't get into the gym. Remember the book, the gym been sitting there for 2,000 years. They couldn't even get into it. It said, Lamb, he got into it, and then he got working out in it. He got working out. He got so powerful he could make war with the beast and take it down. But you don't understand any of this. And so therefore, if you go to the gym and you walk around, you look like the Hulk, and you go to the elevator, man, you push. Now you don't mean to put, you might not mean to push people around, but hell, man, they like flies to you. They ain't nothing. And oh man, that guy, man, look. And to you, you might seem heavy-handed to them, because you just move them. You see, I mean, he's been that way. You just because. You got a lot of strength, right? It's easy to move things around. You interface with people, you're moving around, especially somebody oppose you. And same thing. So you deal with somebody on a high mental plane than you, and they're going to defeat you. You're going to feel like you've been oppressed because you can't deal with them. No, they don't want to hear your bullshit. You can't deceive them. You can't bullshit them, right? And they don't want to hear your crap, because they ain't gonna allow you to push them around. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, that's why it says Suleiman was the wisest man ever lived, because the point is, I don't know, I'm not going with that, but I don't know, I'm not going that far. But the point is, they say that. Because it says, well, the thing is that nobody could, not even the God, could break those seals. So he went in and broke those seals and started working out. And so he worked on all the different things. Remember? Because every time he self a verse, maybe it's this muscle. Maybe it's that muscle. Maybe it's this one. But the brain has all these different, so he's working all these aspects of the brain. And then when you run into him, you get crushed. Mentally, you get crushed. Even if you don't even mean it, you get crushed because when he talks to you, you're going to be oppressed because you can't. The communications, the vibration going to be so much greater than you can handle. So let's look at this thing here. This is very complicated. I'm going to give you some highlights on this one, because right away it makes no sense. I look at this. It took me a while. It took a lot of workout to get to this. I'm telling you, like I said, a lot of these things I had to work out for years, because I had to work this machine out. Because I didn't realize it was 1,000 pounds. You see, because they don't say 1,000 pounds on it. All it says is confusion, and confusion is resistance. And when you overcome the confusion, then you're stronger. So that's how you know how powerful it is. It's how confusing it is, and this is very confusing here. So some of them, like I said, I need 1,000. I had to first be able to lift 500 pounds before I could get to 600. I didn't realize that. I said, man, damn, I can't lift that damn thing, man. I can't figure it out. And then I figured this out. I figured it out, and I got 500 pounds. Oh, no, it's hard, but I could lift a little bit. You understand? So look at this here. I told you about that right now. See, if you read this, it says, now if somebody could tell me what this means right now, before I go into it and go, hey, I sure like to see that person. And they tell me anything they think this means. Even any I sure like to see that person. Okay. See, now look at this. Now you understand the key, right? It talks about a heifer, right? It talks about, several things, but you don't notice them. Heifer, it talks about the goat, it talks about the ram. Wait a minute, where's that goat and ram come from? That's Daniel. that's the Daniel, and that Daniel's part of the angel. That's Daniel. And you got a ram. Well, who's the ram? American Britain. And you might say false Israel is the ram and American Britain's two horns. You might say that. Right? Because that came, before I got this, I kind of suspected that the ram actually was false Israel and the two horns was American Britain. But this kind of like firms it up. Right? Then it says the goat. Okay, well here's the goat right here. And the heifer is a cow. Well, it's a cow right here. Wow. Okay. Then birds. Well, that was a hard one because this here, how are these birds? They're supposed to be a lion. But remember, they fly around. They move up and down, so they're flying around. The birds. Right? And there's a caucus. Who's the caucus? That's the original nation. That kind of slipped through. So it says, well, take these. It says 3 years. It said, what 3 years mean? Let's see if we can break that down. 3 years, because each one is 3 years old. Right? Now remember, when you on this level, you're 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. So it's telling them what was the question? The question was, how will I know? So in other words, this has to happen a certain time frame, right? And so at the point, see, that kind of gives you a hint right there. Once you understand your key, what the result is, because we know that we won't get it until the tribulation comes, until the four winds blow, and we resurrect and everything else. So it has to be during that period of time. But we know before that happens, right? There had to be this conflict in the Middle East. And that means they'd have to go into, for that to happen, there had to be a war in heaven. So they would have to go to the third level. 1 year, 2, at the time this is third year. Okay. So if this third year, they all have to be the same age, so they're third year too, because they all have to be 30. So you have to figure those. I say, well, that's 30, because it's talking about those two, the heifer and this. So at the same age, at that point, that's a little complicated. I'll hold off on that one. Right. And then the birds, it says, what is that? Cut these in half, and on both that. Oh, so it means it'd be two sides to each one of these. We see that it's two sides to each one of them. The equal sides. Cut them in half. The equal sides of all of these. Right. The sides, the equal sides. Right. Okay. And then, so remember, this is the time when America is in the Middle East. That's where the war would take place. So that's tell you the timing. And then, right, they get kicked out. That's the war's about to happen right now, right? Okay, now let's look at what it says here. Okay, they cut me, right? And then it says, well, okay. And then it says, at this point, right, like I said, I'm giving an overview, right? Okay. So, remember the birds. Now remember also the ram, but the bird, American Britain also birds. Remember there's the eagles. They're also birds too. You know the ram, they're also the birds. It's, right? And it says when they attack the carcass, the dead bodies. Right? So when all the birds attack because they don't cut the birds in half. Why don't cut them in half? Because they're going to be looking like this. See, remember, these are on both sides. But in this case, what will happen? Let me show you. Let me show you. See, why they say on half? Because they're like this. They ain't half. They're on both sides. Yeah, I tell you, it's very complicated. It took me a while. Well, I looked at man, I think most of the gray hairs I got right now is because of this one. Because I said, man, what the hell? What are you talking about right here? Because they cut them in half. See, these got both sides to them. But they cut these in half. See? Right. And at that time, that's when they attacked the carcass. 4 winds blowing. And that's when he would shoo them away. There it is. That's the long and short of it. That's when that's what they're going to inherit. When this happens, this is when they're going to go home and inherit it. Because that's what he said. How I know. So that big hint right there says, if you understand your key, would have to be something like that, because they wouldn't go until they've been in this formation. So then you say, okay, what's the process, right? Because that 3 years got me, whatever, that took me for a while. You understand what I'm saying? There you go. I'm pretty much leave it there, brothers and sisters, or it'll be a hint. Okay. So, figuring that out, that gave me, that built that muscle. Because it was that was a hard one to figure out. Ooh, that was up to 1,000 pound level. See, so a lot of things I figure I haven't told you about yet. Because I gotta tell you about lifting 1,000 pounds. You can't lift 50 pounds yet. In fact, most of you can't lift any pounds because you ain't broke. You haven't lifted any pounds yet. I ain't seen anybody lift any pounds. So one sister, she lifted 5 pounds and then she went away. Other than that, ain't nobody's lifted a pound yet. Nothing. But yet still, it says you have to lift. That's how much weight you have to lift to qualify it, because that's the level. That's in other words, if in the hereafter, if everybody's walking around the Hulk, and that's the level of physical power everybody got, and you walk around, man, you're 200 pounds. You're gonna be laughed at. You're gonna be a joke. You don't have no power at all. By bumping you, not pushing you out the way, and everything else, nothing you can do about it. Slapping you around. Because everybody can be using their power. I mean, that's everybody. The guys, everybody would use it. Because you build it for, you don't use it. And everybody's on the same level. They good, man. They good at each other. They fist bumping, hugging, and carrying on. Because everybody respects each other. But you walking around, man, you're a blue pushover. You know things like that? Oh man, that's not nice. Okay, you think that way if you want to. Power does not yield. Power is used to power. I keep trying to get the idea to you, but you got this sealed Bible nonsense. Right? Power, and the only thing is, when you get there, you reach Hajj. Only reason you reach Hajj because everybody on the same power level. Because if you step out, you're going to get crushed. You got to be on the same level as everybody else. Because if you fall down, you get crushed. That's how you achieve Hajj. You crush, you charge because of tense pressure. Everybody's on the same level. That means now everybody's Hajj. But you slip down, boom, you get crushed. You get kicked out of the Hajj, you get crushed. Everybody's going to be using their power. They're using their mental power. They will say, oh man, they retarded, man. I'm going to be not. No, that ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen. Like I told you, go through the tribulation, anybody fall and stumble, they're going to be left behind. Because if you mess around and I'm going to help them, then you're going to mess around and get crushed yourself. You're going to get left behind. Every time it's so on the bottom, you understand that concept. You see the devils? Did they back off? They used their power 100% against everything. Did they restrain themselves? Hell no. When you start rising up, you had to fight for everything you got. You had to fight them in the 20s, you had to fight them in the 60s, you had to fight them in everything you got. Because power does not yield to bullshit. Power only yields to power. And the sooner you understand, the better. Be nice to me. No, I can be effing nice to you. You have to force them to be nice to you. You have to force respect. Keep thinking that crazy stuff you want to. You have to force respect. If you don't have the power you don't have more power than someone else, they're going to disrespect you. They'll overcome you. somebody, but I don't know. I'm gonna clean up in a minute. Because power. Okay. Power only respects power. You've been under that power, and they haven't just give you anything. Have they just given you anything since you've been here? Only thing you have to take from them. Power only respects power. As soon as you get that, the better. So if you don't have none, that means because you ain't doing anything to develop it. And that's what's going on right now, because right now you mismanage your energy. You ain't using your energy to develop this power. So therefore you can't, you're being crushed by the angel. Because if you ain't got the angel, you're being crushed by it. And I'm crushing you. I'm not yielding. I'm building my power. I'm building this here. And if you're taking convergence to physical, I'd be looking like the Hulk, running like the Hulk, because I got it and you don't. And whether you recognize it, not your business. I'm crushing Farrakhan, says, who consumed with the spirit of his mouth and destroyed. He's being crushed. I'm telling you that. But you can't see it. You can't see microwaves either, can you? You can't see radio waves, can you? But they're there and they affecting you. You can't see the music waves, but you jump into them. Why you jump to the music wave? You can't see them. You hear them. You're going to understand this in a minute. You see. That's why I say, anybody that falls against this will be broken. Anybody that falls is going to be crushed. Because power does not yield to, power only yields to power. And the greater powers come in. Anyone that can't, is not, that have that level of power is going to be crushed. Nobody's going to say, oh man, you. I tell you, the only thing, right? I'm defending the sisters just long enough for them to hour that to them. But they have to achieve that power level. Otherwise, they'd be crushed too. They say, oh, these sisters, no, it ain't going to work that way. I'm standing between them, right? I'm handling it. I'm the umbrella. I'm the wall between them, and I'm just setting a wall between them and the pressure, because the pressure's coming. I'm blocking that long enough for them, right? Because I don't think it's fair to everybody. They got to chill all this stuff, and these brothers ain't helping them. So that's what I'm standing between them long enough for them, right? Because they don't have to worry about that. That's why we got a service and stuff like that. This going to take care of all that. All they got to do is focus on this. They got to focus on taking care of you, rubbing your butt, fixing your food. They ain't got to worry about any of that stuff. All they got to worry about is, because right now they got to worry about that stuff because you ain't doing it. Give me some food. Get in the bed. So you got to put with your bullshit. So I don't expect them to live. I don't expect them to be on that level. They kept this nation going. So like I said, they get through tribulation. They get tribulation, right? They might not be ready. Because I tell you what, that's part of your job. Protect them through tribulation, because they ain't all of them ain't gonna be ready. That's why you supposed to be protecting them. You supposed get up, get off your goddamn ass and start protecting these sisters. Because you're in tribulation. Remember, you're going to have to do the battle, and you're going to have to protect them, because they all ain't going to be ready. Because they got to look at the children and everything else. But when you get them out of there, I'm going to get them home. I'm going to put a wall around them, and then they ain't got to worry about those children, got to worry about your bullshit and everything else. They can focus to get up to speed. Once they get up to speed, okay. Because then once they get home, they don't have to be taking food, fixing your food and all that bullshit, because we can have service to do that for them. That's what's going to happen. Because that's the only way it can happen. Because otherwise, man, they would never make it. And then you get to the ship, man, ain't no women here. Yeah, okay. How come there ain't none here? Because you, oh boy, I tell you, that's what's going to happen. So I'm going to put that wall up, and they'll give them time to come to speed. And once they come to speed, they're good. Because right now, they got extra burden. You ain't got that word, but you ain't taking care of them kids. You don't even want to go out and feed them. You want her to go out and do the work? go to Burger King, work all day in Popeyes, come home, fix your food, take care of the baby, and all those stuff you be asking them to do. Man, we gotta stop this goddamn shit. I'm telling you, it always get me angry when you talk about these sisters, because nobody understands them, and they gotta go through all this. No wonder we putting all that on them. Y'all talk to my wife down, she don't put down, put it on her. I could the cook and everything. I mean, she does cook on the weekends, right? But she don't have to worry about a damn thing, about anything, nothing. I tell her, you don't have to worry about anything. If anything, let me know. Way up front advance, I can take care of it. She don't have to worry about nothing. And I don't just be talking. And if you ask her, she'll tell you. See? When I'm control them and tell them what to do and all this kind of stuff, that shit coming to an end. These sisters, our other half. I wish there was another sister here that was next to me to talk to for them, because I can't really talk for them. They're me. I'm not a female, but I can defend them, and I'm going to defend them 100%. You got to do this, do that for you, and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, my wife, she helps me help get this. She don't have to, but she helps me because it takes my certain things so I can focus on this. But that's her choice. She don't have to do it. And she'll be rewarded for it. But that's the thing, brothers and sisters. So I'll leave it there. Right? But this is where it is. Mental war. And right now, the male Levites, right now, they ain't doing a goddamn thing right now. They ain't protecting the sister right now. The war, they see this shit hitting the fan. The war's coming. They've been told, and they ain't doing a goddamn thing right now. They can't protect the sister right now, not here. And they definitely can't protect them here. Because they ain't got no guns, they ain't got no muscles, so they can't protect sisters any kind of way. Right now, they cannot protect the sisters any kind of way from fast. Only ones that's speaking for the sisters and can protect them is myself right now. They can't protect them. See the fair, oh man, what you gonna do? Run to Chicago? You gonna do it? What you gonna do? You can't protect these sisters. There's a mental war, and you ain't there. Because if you care about your sister, you care about your family, you would be there by now. I'm going to leave it there, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum.